like about Hope? Oh, there's so many things. I've been a member here for 40-some years, and have seen a number of pastors, the education system, the people. It's just a constant evolution of change, good change. Opportunities for anyone to be involved or not to be involved if that's your choice. I find it very rewarding, very self-fulfilling, and I couldn't think of another place I'd want to be than to be here at Hope.
Thank you for taking time to watch our Fall Stewardship DVD, God's Work, Our Hands. The theme really captures something of the spirit of stewardship itself, because stewardship goes beyond just merely being a program. It is about an important set of relationships defined by the very good gifts of faith, hope, and love in our midst. It is, this gift of stewardship is our ongoing daily response to our incomparable association with Christ and the indispensable gift of congregational life, especially here at Hope Lutheran Church. This DVD celebrates the story of the many and varied gifts of God's people in response to the unfolding experience of Jesus in our lives, in our relationships, and yes, even out into the world, as we share in ministry with the Evangelical Lutheran Church in America in the Northwest Wisconsin Synod. I invite you, as you consider these materials and listen to this DVD, I invite you to grow deeper in your commitment to God's work in and through the ministry of Hope Lutheran Church.
We like Hope because we do a lot of fun activities and cheer up choir, and I think we have a lot of fun and we learn a lot of good songs about Jesus.
Hope Lutheran Church inspires me because the Word of Jesus Christ is preached, not only weekly, but every day as people live out their lives in a community.
I like Hope. It's like home to us. We've been here for many years, and the music is terrific. We always have a wonderful pastor. We love it here.
In my pastoral work with you, I am always grateful for the way people get involved. Actually, I'm consistently surprised as needs arise and people find a way of responding so generously with the gifts that they have been given by the Spirit. The Spirit does move in and through us. It is in our midst. And God's people continue to find incredible ways of being generous with what God has given them in order that many more might be blessed by these special gifts that God grants us. I see over and over again how faith draws us into new priorities and meaningful involvement, good and healthy engagement with one another in this body of Christ. At Hope, people are sharing their lives in order to make a difference in the relationships that they are closest with, in family, in their households, in this community, and out into the community beyond us, even into the world.
What I like about Hope, especially, is the music, the organist, and the choir that we sing in, wonderful choir, and the companionship that we have amongst the choir members. And we can spread that out to the congregation to welcome anybody that comes here. It's a wonderful place to worship and to be involved.
One of my favorite things about Hope is Luther Park Bible Camp, because it's really fun and you get really close to God, and it's just a lot of fun.
I love being at Hope for the fellowship, the friendships, and the community that's here. You just feel like part of a family.
Just look around. What is it that catches your eye as you come in and out of this place on the corner of Star and Eddy? I would imagine if you look close enough on any given day of the week, you would notice many little ones coming to Rachel's place to be engaged by the biblical story. Their families coming into interaction and contact with our ministry as they are cared for by our tremendously caring and supportive staff at Rachel's place. There are the high school youth who have just told their stories of their wonderful mission trip out into Boston as they extended themselves into new territory and engaging in new relationships and new challenges. the dedicated volunteers serving a comfort meal to those who are bereaved at the time of a funeral. We see that happening consistently as we support one another in times of need. There are folks of all ages renewing their faith in learning and worship and fellowship activities midweek in our Wednesday events. Pastoral partners bringing communion to our shut-ins, taking time and listening and praying with those in our midst who cannot be with us from week to week on Sunday mornings. You know the singers of hope. We see them giving various expressions to our prayers and our songs as God's people so that we might feel closer in our journey along with Jesus out into the world as we are blessed with one another on Sunday morning worship.
What inspires me about Hope is the unbelievable music that we've got here. It is inspirational, it is uplifting, and it just really makes for a wonderful Sunday experience.
The thing I like about Hope is that it's such a friendly church, and when I joined, I immediately felt at home.
Hope teaches me about Jesus.
There are leaders working behind the scenes, leading through various boards, committees, and church council in partnership with our staff, engaging the vision and the ministry of this congregation. You know that ministry that we have said is about God's people abounding in hope and empowered by the Spirit, sharing in the unfolding experience and inviting others into that experience of Jesus Christ. There are friends attentively listening together to the weekly texts that we lift up and celebrate on Sunday mornings, those texts that both challenge us and bring us comfort in our daily journeys of faith. There's the Ringers of Hope, our handbell choir, who allow our praise to shine that much brighter on festival times and in our worship life. There are bakers behind the scenes offering their homemade bread for our weekly celebration of the Eucharist, doing their baking in their own kitchens and bringing that gift to share in this holy meal as it strengthens our fellowship and our faith together.
One of the things I enjoy about Hope is Pastor Randy's sermons and the way he brings his message to us that we can take home in a meaningful way.
Well, I've been a long-time member of Hope Lutheran ever since I was 4 years old, and there's been many changes here, but the thing that doesn't change is the welcome feeling that I sense when I come here, and it's like home for us. So we're very thankful for Hope Lutheran Church.
One of the things I like about Hope is the education program and the program with the youth. The opportunities that the youth have for mission trips, for get-togethers, and the Sunday school and vacation Bible school programs.
There are the children who gather at the font and watch the water poured and are blessed by the promises that they hear spoken and the water that is sprinkled over those who come to share in the life of this congregation and the body of Christ. The neighbors sharing and caring conversation from Sunday to Sunday and coffee connections, celebrating their own milestones around special birthdays or anniversaries. Those things that are worth sharing with one another and highlighting the very goodness that we know in our own journeys together. There are kids learning in the great outdoors out at Luther Park, an extension of our ministry here at Hope Lutheran as youth ministry takes on many and various expressions. There's faithful folk reaching out month in and month out through such things as Community Table and Beacon House, and actually other ways that people volunteer their time individually, more quietly, out into the many service agencies in our Eau Claire community, still yet expressing their sense of faith and their need to make a difference in the community in which we live.